Hi, good day to you all. I'm Gokul and I head the Cisco business for Servion here in North America. Servion is a customer interaction management specialist and an advanced technology partner in unified communications and contact center. Hi, Jessica.
Hi, Gokul.
How are you?
Good.
Um, Jessica is the director of client services and she's from the business side of the contact center. Jessica, what I want to talk to you today about is kind of run you through the migration itself. You can talk about your migration. How did the Cisco Servion solution help you achieve some of your requirements? What was your evaluation process? And then finally, some key takeaways that will help other partners and other customers do the same what you guys have successfully done.
Okay.
All right. To begin with, can you talk very briefly about your company and what it does?
Sure. Sterling Infosystems is the second largest employment and background screening company in the world. We've been in business for 35 years. We started out with one employee, who is our founder and our CEO today, and we now are at over 1,100 employees in 3 different continents. We have about over 10,000 customers right now, and we do background checks from the smallest customers who may just want to do 1 or 2 background checks a year to Fortune 500 companies who want to put through thousands of applicants through our system to make sure that they're eligible for hire.
Sure. So, what was your how did you evaluate which product you wanted to use for your future growth and all that stuff?
Well, a couple of things were very important to us. One was the call routing. We wanted to be able to route calls throughout all of our locations. That was important to us. Also, monitoring, reporting all of our locations. The call recording was super important to us as well in our business.
Sure.
So we needed one unified system, and that's why we found that the UC on the UCS and the contact call center expressed with the quality management was very helpful.
Sure. And after you zeroed in on Cisco as your platform itself, why did you choose Servion as your partner of choice?
Experience was very important to us. It was very clear on the first meeting that they definitely knew the call center world, and they definitely understood our call center life that we lived. Another huge point for us was their presence in Mumbai. We have about over 800 employees in Mumbai, and so it was very important to actually have feet on the ground there in that location for rolling out, for testing, and for support.
Sure. And now that you are on Cisco platform, you have been running fine for the last 3 to 4 months. How is your experience? What has changed? How is your life any better because of this?
Well, a lot of things. One big thing is, obviously, as I mentioned, the call routing is really important to us. And now being able to sit in our corporate office in New York and be able to see if an agent's on a call in Mumbai,
Sure.
to be able to see what an agent's doing in California, to be able to see what an agent's doing in London. All those are really, really important to us. So that's huge for us to be able to see that and to really be able to capture that data. Also, from just a client perspective, it's really a benefit for them because we can, from a time zone perspective, make sure that their calls are being routed, rolling over to different locations to make sure that they have the support they need in different time zones.
Cool. And what's your current size from phones, users, etc., and as well as from agents? What's your current size and what's your future growth looking like?
Sure. So as I mentioned, we have over 1,100 employees currently, 150 of those being agents that we have on the Cisco system right now. We will be growing, and we're looking to add about another 500 users, and it will eventually be at about 300 agents.
Okay, good. That's a significant growth from where you were before. So let's take a step aside and talk about something different, your actual migration itself. We have done this in the past, and I believe that your migration was one of the smoothest that has gone that I've ever seen. So I'm very interested to know, and also for the benefit of other customers who are trying to do something very similar to what you're doing, what did you guys do? What was your secret sauce in some sense which made the migration so smooth?
I think it was very important to make sure that we had the business side very engaged from the beginning, as well as having a dedicated team, a dedicated project manager, weekly meetings with Servion, making sure that we were on the right track. It was definitely important for the business side to be involved because often IT may do their part, but they don't understand what the business needs are. And so there was important to have that, and it was also important to make sure that the Servion side understood not just IT talk, but also understood the business side.
Great. So what were your key learnings, if there were any, and what would you have done differently now?
Well, as you mentioned, it was a successful rollout, and we had our little bumps, but nothing major. major overall. I would call it a success day one.
Right.
But a couple of things, I think, one of just a little bit more training with the agents prior to the day one go live.
Sure.
While myself and the IT was very involved, it would have been helpful to have them kind of play around with the phones a little bit beforehand, like maybe a lab environment.
Sure.
And also just a little bit more in-depth and training on the reporting. So after we went live, how do we capture that data? And so I think those are two things that I would maybe do a little differently if we did it again.
So agent training and report training, admin training kind of a thing.
Exactly.
So what we have done is after the implementation, we've taken that as a positive feedback, and now our migration proposals actually include these kind of training from third-party vendors as well.
Perfect.
So any last comments, thoughts, Jessica?
No, I mean, as I mentioned, we are happy with the system. It definitely has made our world a lot easier. It definitely has brought our whole company together, locations, and it's kind of overall made everything a lot easier in the Sterling world.
Thanks, Jessica. Thanks for your time.
No problem.
And I appreciate and value your feedback.
Thank you.
Thanks.